It's my great pleasure to bring you OTYKEN today and their single Phenomenon. There is no lyrics to this. I looked, I searched, I couldn't find any. They're not out yet. But you're going to find them a phenomenon in themselves. They truly are. They're Siberian and they have a wonderful history. And it's that history that I want to give you because they really are a special, special band. And then we'll talk about the song itself, obviously. OTYKEN is a Siberian indigenous music group that mixes elements of modern pop with folk music, incorporating traditional instruments, lyrics and languages. OTYKEN is a Chumlan word for sacred land, where warriors would lay down their arms and talk. The band was formed in 2015 by Andrei Medonos and their debut album was released in 2018. Now listen to this. As of January 23, the group has over 2 million followers on TikTok, over 120,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. The band members are Siberian ethnicities. The band members are of Siberian ethnicities and live in tiny villages along the Chumlan River. The group's career began by performing traditional songs representative of the culture. Later, modern elements of rock and pop, as you're going to see, were blended over this folk foundation to create a greater appeal for a global audience. And that's the mixture you'll see. It's multi-layered, the single you're about to hear. And it will go up and down like all the singles. This is the first time I'm watching it in its entirety, but I would presume that they're going to follow that. And it is to give appeal to a wider audience, not make it too folky, too traditional, because then they fall into another genre and they want to be more universally accepted and pop. And well, with 2 million followers on TikTok, they're doing extremely well, aren't they? The homemade costumes also incorporate historic and modern design elements for the same reason. OTYKEN's music is performed with traditional instruments such as komas, jor harp, rattle and leather drum, although modern instruments such as keyboard, bass guitar and saxophone have been used. Throat singing, which you'll hear, is also frequently implemented, and many of the group's sounds, both instrumental and vocal, attempt to mimic the sounds of nature and animals, while the lyrics try to capture the practices, beliefs and spirit of the indigenous people. The language is mostly in Chun Tatar, which has only 44 speakers in 2010 and 25 speakers in 2020. Some songs are also sung in Kazakh or Russian. Many of the songs tend to consist of a single chord with one bass note playable throughout, often attained through the use of the vocal fry throat singing. This is sometimes overlaid with a bass drum on all downbeats, making for a style almost trance-like, like EDM. This style lends itself to those traditional instruments which are played with fixed pitches, such as the jor harp, the bass string of the komas, and some types of throat singing. Now, we'll listen to this song, then come back and I'll give you a few important facts on OTYKEN and the song itself. Although I'm thinking maybe we'll just get into the song just before, because I've got quite a few facts I want to speak about. This Phenomenon single, which you're going to hear called Phenomenon, is a hauntingly beautiful track that showcases their unique sound and style. We talked about the throat singing they use, combined with traditional Siberian instruments. We've talked about that. The lyrics of Phenomenon speak of the beauty and power of nature. We've spoken about that. And overall, OTYKEN's music is a refreshing departure from the mainstream and a celebration of cultural diversity and musical innovation, which is what my channel is all about. It's a non-political, innovative channel for all musicians from all over the world to come on board for the world to listen to their music and find it, wow, wasn't that just beautiful? So maybe I should have called my channel Phenomenon as well. This particular track is a must listen for anyone who appreciates unique and authentic music that speaks to the soul. Well, everybody, what do you think about your introduction to OTYKEN and the phenomenon? One thing phenomenal. A few interesting facts before we leave. It is a short video today because there is no lyrics. The recent years, OTYKEN performed in numerous international events. You can see why, such as Universiade, the Freestyle Wrestling World Championship, the Grammys Global Spin. The 2021 album contained more pop and EDM elements, as well as tracks remade with the new lead singer, Asian. Welcome, Asian, and your group to my channel. Amazing vocals. Since the album's release, OTYKEN has begun to gain more traction. They were nominated for a Grammy Award for their song Legend in 2022. I want to feature that next because some people had wanted me to do that as the first reaction, but I felt they were a phenomenon, and for the fact that the title was phenomenon is why I chose this today. But I will come back to that, the next one, because for sure they're permanently on my channel from now on. The group has faced some setbacks due to wartime sanctions imposed on Russia by Western nations. In 2022, their PayPal account was blocked and the international sales were limited. Furthermore, OTYKEN was invited to perform to the FIFA World Cup in 2022 opening ceremony. However, they were rejected last minute in October after the European Sports Committee banned them from participating. The group made plans to perform in the USA in 2023, including on America's Got Talent. However, the United States government is preventing them from entering the country. Well, you see, that is what my channel's all about. I'm non-political. I feature Russian artists. And it's, for me, there's two sides to everything. For me, there's two people in a war. I don't get into politics. I just get into the music. Whereas others, OTYKEN, might have seized your accounts to make a living. This is the point I'm going to make out to everybody. It's short-lived for this group, what they earn from festivals and different things. They are from, living in a small village. They are living in Siberia. They're not living in Florida with millions in the bank from royalties because it's all been suspended. It's wrong. It doesn't matter what country. Musicians shouldn't be penalized. Politicians have no right to play politics, and record companies and people and governments on musicians. I've said it even with Eurovision. Russia should have been part of Eurovision. It should always be the case. I know we are listening to so much of what's happening in Ukraine, and we have 250,000 refugees in this country, in Ireland. But equally, the mortalities and the deaths have increased in Russia, and they are experiencing hardships. And people might say, again, I'm not going to be political. There's two sides to every story. It's so sad, but OTYKEN, welcome to my channel, is my summary. Because, although there may be main members in the group, fewer people tend to participate in concerts, depending on each person's availability, as to rightfully say. None of the performers were professionally trained in music, with the exception of ACH, so Ach, I hope the name is right. However, many indigenous Siberians have musical abilities, as it's custom for them to play folk songs and instruments in their home. And that's all I want to say, and I want to leave you with a reminder about this group. OTYKEN's members are Chulam Ket Kalup of their genetic background, and they may be related to the American Indians, and we all know what happened in America with the American Indians and the government. So it never ceases to amaze me that the government never changes its ways or its views. All of the members are local talent from tiny settlements. Remember that. Where medicine and electricity, everybody, are difficult to access. and food is obtained locally through fishing, hunting, foraging, farming, and beekeeping. As a result, the group's members maintain busy lives outside of the band, working in their communities and assisting their families, especially in summer when concerts come to a halt. Well, at the moment, with world pressure on them and what's happening, and their accounts being seized so they can't make money, phenomenal pressure are on them, but yet they continue to make music like this. I believe my channel is about moving forward and opening those doors that are shut tightly on groups and unknown artists. And OTYKEN, for 2023, I will feature you continuously for the reasons I've just read out. Take care until the next reaction, and thank you for listening. Bye now.